Hey guys, I'm back at my computer.
Yes, people of the world, and welcome to the best ever wargaming show on the planet, when we bring you non-stop wargaming action all the way from the start, all the way to the finish. It's just non-stop for 1 hour haul. It's just going to be a beautiful, emotional roller coaster of love, pain, blood, corn, and no tears. And today, as always, I've got my beautiful co-host, Mr. Elstonation.
Oh, thank you very much, buddy. I've done something amazing with the camera, and I look like I'm in a professional studio now because my background's blurred. So I'm loving this. But anyway, I'm good. How are you all, Spudicus?
I'm really good, thank you. Just being, living the dream, loving life, just killing it.
Nice.
How about yourself?
I've been busy, work starting to kick into gear again, busy painting, hobbying, machine work as always. But yeah. So we've got a very cool guest though on today, don't we, Spud?
The specialist of specialists. He is. So for this deal, at the end of the show, I've got to chop my own arm off and donate at least 3 to 4 pints of blood to the blood god himself.
Yeah.
Because we've got the most chiseled, most beautiful, handsomest man in the wargaming community. It is Mr. Dave from MiniWarGaming.
I don't know why you speak lies to people, but I can help you with this problem. But I do thank you for having me on the show.
Amazing. Well, what Spud also didn't say is when I die, my skull goes over to Dave so they can mount it on his throne.
Oh, very nice.
There you go. So that's my contribution to it.
I love it. Yes, I would like to see this, and I would like your skull. Won't disagree.
Yeah, it's gone dark already. It's gone dark. Amazing. How are you, Mr. Dave, today? Mr. Dave?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for asking. And again, it's an honor and a pleasure to be on your show. I appreciate you having me, and I look forward to some shenanigans. So
amazing. Now I've got a load of backup questions for you today. I have one question which I'm dying to ask you, but I'm not going to ask it right now because I think it's kind of important. So we'll wait until we've acknowledged some of the people in the chat and who else is joining us today, because there's other people that live on the internet like us as well.
This is truth.
Yes. But have you got a view of the chattage?
So far, what we've got in the chatteroo of doom and love, we have Mr. Graham Collin. He's been spotting our channel since 1952.
Nice.
We've got Mr. Ian Mayhew, good 1967. Dicey guy, 1990s. Normsky, he's been going for a good 100 years now, supporting us. We've got Bazooka J Rambo now. This guy used to watch us when we used to draw Chilling Wargamers on caves. That's how long ago he used to watch Chilling Wargamers. Jeff Sargent, welcome. I know you're active on the Facebook group. That's proper legend. He does some proper sick conversions. And also we've got a new person to sacrifice, and that's Hooker Gol. So welcome to the chat for tonight. And that's it so far. Everyone else is pretty quiet in the chat room. So welcome everybody. Don't forget to give it, say hello and introduce yourself to the people.
Yep. Also as well, we do have a competition for today. Should we show what we're going to give away? So we're going to give away this. I have to keep on talking, otherwise the camera won't focus on me. And I don't know if that's showing up on shot.
It's blurred it out, so it's like censored.
No! It's an Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum Valkyrie.
Ooh.
So yes, because my camera loves doing strange things. We will tell you how you can win it towards the end of the show. So stay
Gifts
tuned.
of chaos.
We'll let you know. So my big important question to Dave.
Hello.
We know what your favorite god of chaos is.
But do you know?
I'm going to go by the axe behind you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It might be a dead giveaway, but yes, that is my favorite. This is truth. Yes.
So who's the second favorite?
Second favorite chaos god. I'm gonna have to go with Nurgle. Nurgle's very loving, very forgiving, and Nurgle likes puppies, so that's why I like Nurgle. Also because when you're first starting out in 40K, if you just happen to collect a Death Guard army, it is more forgiving in that they are resilient, so you can survive long enough for you to actually enjoy the game and not be decimated by, let's say, an opponent across the table who might be that guy, who might be thinking that in a War Machine kind of way, thinking, you know what, I'm going to teach you how to play the game by destroying you. Therefore, that'll build up some sort of competition within you, and then that'll motivate you to beat me. But in actuality, that just makes people not like the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say Nurgle number 2.
Nice. Nurgle puppies and Nurgle puppies. Someone's going to have to draw a GIF of that at some point. Yeah. Awesome.
Nurgle loves puppies.
Nurgle loves puppies.
Which one of the 4 Chaos Gods do you think actually gives chocolate to dogs?
Oh.
That's a quite intense question.
That could be Khorne as well. I mean, yeah, I'm thinking that might be Khorne. And the reason why I think that is just because, well, first off, Fleshhounds. And number 2, Khorne is very honorable. So if a loyal dog does something, they are deserving of a reward of chaos. And so I think with that logic alone, and for these reasons, I'm going to have to say Khorne.
Yeah, I mean, I would possibly either go with Slaanesh or... No, I'd probably Zeech, actually, because he's tricky. He might trick me. Yeah, it's like, here's a treat, but it's not actually a treat. It's poison.
That's true. See how dark it's got already? It's just dark. It's
I didn't know it would go this far down the hole this quickly, but hey.
I told you it was non-stop wargaming from start to finish. That's it was.
Amazing. Dave, you guys have just built the bunker and that's all up and running now, and I've watched a couple of videos. That's got to be like a dream come true kind of thing, surely. That's kind of mental, seeing something like that being created.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a very good way of describing it, actually. It's been a dream come true. It's many years in the making, many years in the mind before it was physicalized, and it is an absolute playground for a wargamer if this is what you like to do and this is what your hobby is. And so, an absolute must stop destination for you if you want to visit someplace fun and you want to escape from reality for a little while and sleep in an orc bedroom, or possibly an Inquisitor's suite, or maybe a Astra Military Barracks. It really is up to you. You can sleep in these rooms. You can battle in the studios. You can also participate in events when we run events. Kind of like the Orc Apocalypse event that we have coming up in October, followed by Gorka Morka.
Yeah, I saw the Gorka Morka today. Yeah, Gorka Morka. I actually bought in a charity shop the rule book for £1 the other day. And I was like,
really?
Wow. Yeah.
Gorka
I was
Morka?
just like, yeah, there's the original rule book. I've hid it somewhere. I was like scouting through all these books on love and music and stuff, and I'm like, oh, hello. I'll take that for £1.
It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely worth its weight in gold.
100%. And I've never played it. I came in a little bit of back end of Gorka Morka. It was still around. It wasn't like a bigger thing then. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. You're bringing guys to bring that out and see what creations you guys do.
So with the Gorka Morka campaign, just on that for a moment, the Goth Rockers, they, for those who don't know, I'm sure most people know, but for those who don't know, the Goth Rockers are an orc death metal band that like to travel to conventions and play awesome music. They actually have an album of songs, and they also have music videos on YouTube. So if you search for the Goth Rockers, then you'll find them. But they came up to the MiniWarGaming grand opening, and they did a show for us. It was awesome. There was a concert here in the tournament hall, and I told them that I was going to be doing the Gorka Morka campaign come fall, right? And I asked them, I said, and I had this idea just on the spot when I was asking them. I'm like, it'd be really cool if my war band was called the Goth Rockers, and my guys in my war band were you guys, and the instruments that you guys play are the weapons that my team uses. Are you guys okay with this? Yes, we're okay with this. Whoa! So it was awesome. That was super cool. So the event will be for 5 days, and the first day of the event will be a select few wargamers. It's not a huge event. It's just kind of like an intimate, just a handful of people event. The first day is diving into a mountain full of sprues and building our war bands from scratch. We got a lot of stuff. We've accrued a lot of bits over the 12 years that we've been collecting models, as a company. And I put a post on Facebook showing about 1/10 of the amount of models that you have access to when you're a player in the campaign. And it's a lot. It's just a stupid amount. Like it's ridiculous, right? And like it could be anything from a brand new package of something to I took all the lightning claws out of this, but everything else on the sprue is still there. To tanks and like rhinos and so many different types of tank chassis that you can build your truck out of, or trucks proper, whatever it might be. That's the first day. The second day is painting the war bands together. And then the third, fourth, and fifth days are actually battling each other in Gorka Morka, vying for the favor of Mork, possibly Gork. And it's going to be epic.
Oh my
God. We've got to go there at some point, dude.
When it's my passport.
We've so got to make our way over there. Just to see the place. I mean, I imagine this is a rival to Warhammer World quite easily.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the castle thing going on, but you don't really notice that after a while. And the exhibition's kind of cool, but I mean, to like be able to crash in an orc room would be massive.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I would never say it would be a rival. That's not something that I would say it's a good addition to it. And it's certainly because Warhammer World, I mean, if that's on your bucket list, absolutely it should be, because it's a phenomenal place, right? And our intention wasn't to build something that would be, we're gonna make something better than that. They got unlimited supply of like whatever. Like their exhibition hall is just crazy. They have a whole team dedicated just to making dioramas that people who like foot traffic people will see, and not even like post online and have a huge amount of eyes on it from a media perspective, but just people who go in and visit. Like they have so many resources. Their airbrush booth is 8 feet tall, 9 feet long. It's a room. It's the size of my office here, and that's their airbrushing booth.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just one airbrush booth that they have, right? So they're just, yeah. I mean, so we've had something here. It's good. It's fantastic for what independent company could make, and it's certainly a good addition to, or an appendage to, the overall mainstay of the hobby, I would say.
See, I'm now thinking that Games Workshop's Bits box is a bit like Scrooge McDuck's vault thing, where it's just money, but it's just sprues and he goes swimming in it and stuff.
Yep.
It was so cool. Just imagine, I get my Bits box out, so I get mine out. And then just imagine them walking into warehouse and going, you know what, I fancy building this today, and just going over and picking as much as they want. That was so sick.
Yeah, that would be fun. But we've got to get over to the bunker, because I think we could, even just to do a Gorka Morka campaign, I think would be amazing at some point. Just to,
yes.
Plus, always wanted to go to Canada. Never been yet.
This is the excuse. Absolutely. And you got Niagara Falls is very close. If you've never seen that wonder of the world, Niagara Falls is 20 minutes away. I mean, you might as well just kind of take a meander over and see it.
We're going to have to do this, Spud.
So now I've got to convince my girlfriend to go to Adepticon.
Yep.
And then after that, we go to Canada.
Yep.
And she won't even know what's going on.
Yep.
So cool. Nah, she's all cool with stuff like that. So she'll be get her to play some games and stuff. She'll be all up for that.
You know what? That's actually a really good idea. And I think that next Adepticon, I think it would be wise to have like a week-long event where, since people are traveling anyway, they can kind of extend their vacation and go not too much farther and visit the MiniWarGaming bunker. I think that would make a lot of sense.
Oh, that's so romantic. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I can say, we'll go to Adepticon, we'll go around Chicago, wherever it is now, and then we can go to Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Niagara Falls is romantic. Yeah. And look at MiniWarGaming. It just happens to be 20 minutes away. Let's stop in there. They give us free lunch. Let's go and
let's go stay in that room. It's super romantic. The Inquisition room. I'm all excited, and I haven't even got a plan to go there yet, but I want to go there now.
Yeah, defos.
Yeah. So, now I had another question as well. I'm prepared for once. I actually have questions. So you've just done the bunker and that side of things.
Yeah.
Have you got more plans in the works for other things to do, or are you kind of letting the bunker settle in first to try and gauge what happens next, or have you got more plans?
So yes and yes. So
Awesome.
okay, are we letting the bunker settle in? Yes, it must, because the edifice that it is, it's large, 11,300 square foot building, and so getting this machine working and moving along is a process for sure. And getting the events running, getting the campaigns running, get guest weeks set up where people can come and visit. It's all in the process. It's going, it's running, but it's momentous. It's going to be, once it goes full throttle, then it'd be hard to stop it, right? Because it's already begun. It began before it started because we had bookings before we opened.
Oh wow!
And
Wow.
in addition to this, though, to answer your other question, are there other things? The answer is yes. I am going to be building some escape rooms inside the bunker.
Cool.
They will be 40K themed because of the
Nice.
poll that I ran, and the number one result was a Space Hulk themed one. So I think that's fantastic. So now to add to the awesomeness of this, because it takes more than one person, man, it'd be way too much work for one person, right?
Sure.
I'll gladly be at the helm of it, making micro decisions because that's what Chaos wants. But for the actual meat of it, I have a team of people helping. There's a university close by. They call Brock University. There's 3 interns. They're 4th year digital design, computer science students. They're learning video game design in school.
Okay.
And so they're helping design the mechanics and the puzzles for the escape rooms. And they're already lined up, set to go for September to help me design this thing.
Wow.
And in addition to this is the cherry on top here. So Black Library author Miles Drake, I contacted him, and he's been so gracious and kind to lend a narrative to the overall escape room.
Wow.
And so it is a Space Hulk, and there's different sections of the Space Hulk, and in each section it's like its own encapsulated puzzle that you need to solve in order to unlock the next section. And it's awesome. It plays together like a story. You are a rogue trader when you're going through this place. You're trying to collect clues. You're trying to get to the very end, and it is amazing. It is definitely something that's going to elevate this place to another level of immersive escapism in the world of Warhammer 40.
Wow, that is
just sounds just next level. They're just awesome.
So when you
where-
come to the bunker, I mean, this is part of the experience. Right?
Yeah.
You just do.
I'm serious, but we may have to go there next year.
And I thought we were doing really well creating a website.
Yeah, I know.
Right? But oh wow, it's just absolutely just. And you know what? It's so mental seeing like from when you guys first started as well, like from that to like this. It's just phenomenal. Like just to see like how far you guys have come in the community. Obviously, you've always been like a big like center of it, but now like this is just. I think my head wants to explode.
Amazing. Now, we've spoken a little bit about MiniWarGaming. I'm going to switch us back to Chaos quickly, just as a quick question.
Gone
Right.
to chaos.
Question for you on Chaos. Demon Prince or Greater Demon?
Demon Prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that, Spud. Your thoughts?
I think I'd be a demon prince as well, but I'd want to work for it. You know what I mean? Like I just want to go slay everybody that I didn't like first, and then I feel like have it in tiers of people.
Yeah.
And then go around and collect as many skulls as possible, and just slay, kill, maim, and just continue. Really, just put on a loop.
It's that.
Yeah, that's the main goal really. There's no main goal to it. Like when you unlock an achievement, there'd be none of that. It would just continuous. It would just a continuous game.
It's just your subconscious unraveling there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's been a hard day at work. This is what happens. I'll be straight at work with an axe. So yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, Demon Prince for sure, man.
Like Demon Prince are in the mortal realm still, aren't they? Or do they have to go back to the warp?
I mean, they get to pick and choose, right?
Yeah. Whereas a greater team has kind of got to stay in the warp until someone kind of summons.
Yeah, that's boring, isn't it? We can get those.
They don't necessarily want to be in the warp either. It's almost like a prison. As much as
Yeah.
it's awesome because you're in the Empire of the Eye, you're kind of stuck there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. See, yeah, I think I'll go with Demon Prince as well. Yeah, you get all the perks.
You do get the perks, don't you? Like, you can summon one of those if you feel like it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, just go and murder a shopping centre like with the axes and stuff, and then they'd be like, bring down the corn bloodthirster. You know, just in case. You know.
I love the way your brain went to shopping centre.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't really say things like that. You know what I mean? This is in a hypothetical world. You know, I'm a demon prince. I'm not me.
That's fine. That's fine. Amazing. Now, we've spoken about MiniWarGamer. We've spoken about Chaos. I now want to talk about Dave. I want to talk about you yourself, Dave, and what you get up to. Because I've seen on, and granted, I've gleamed into your life as much as anyone can gleam into your life via the channel of YouTube, sort of thing. And
peeping through his window.
Yeah, exactly. It's like like thousands of peeping toms just gleaming into your life. But you're into other media like filmmaking and stuff like that as well. Yes. Are you working on anything currently? Basically, this is a point where you can do shameless plugs all about yourself and what you want to do.
Well, in regards to filmmaking, let me see here. I mean, I enjoy being married. So doing a feature film probably won't happen anytime soon. But that was a 4-year process, by the way, doing that, making the fantasy film. But it's been a dream of mine since I was a kid, right? So, but I still have this bug to want to make film. And I think the next direction, should I do it, which I probably will, because I don't know if that's ever going to leave me, would be a post-apocalyptic film. And so there's sci-fi elements to that, and there could be all sorts of elements to that. There could be comedic elements, the dramatic elements, you name it. It can all be within there, and also a very good excuse to have awesome costumes and special effects that are practical, right? I'm not really a big fan of CGI when it's low budget because then it just looks fake, right? But if you have practical effects, it's like, hey, they pulled that off with like no budget. That's impressive. You know, it's a different level of appreciation at that point. But definitely post-apocalyptic. And that's what I think it would be. And I think it's also a good excuse to include other members of the wargaming community, because I would most certainly want to open it up to wargamers. And if there were other wargamers who are interested in acting, make it an opportunity for them to be in it as well. Kind of like how I did with the other one, with the Kickstarter. I made one of the perk levels available for people to actually be in the movie, which someone took, and they were in turn in the movie, a character in the movie. And we ended up developing awesome friendship. And now we're brothers for life. And he grew his hair out long for the role because of authenticity.
Amazing. Is there anyone you would want to work with at all? Like any kind of like dream actors or people you know in the community or anything like that you'd like to sort of work with to do anything interesting? I mean, it doesn't even have to be filmmaker. It'd just be something else.
Well, okay. I think, there's actually a lot of collaborations I'd love to do. First off, with the series that I have, it's an ongoing series, Life of a Wargamer. It's kind of goofy videos. They're kind of skit comedy type of videos, right?
Yeah.
Anytime there's other people in the wargaming community, I like to collaborate with them to do that. Now, people I have not collaborated with in that respect, you guys being, I think that'd be sweet. If you guys came up, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I would also say that independent characters. I think Carl Tuttle needs to come up and participate in the campaign at the bunker. And while we're at it, do a Life of a Wargamer episode. I think that'd be pretty sweet. I was a guest on his show not too long ago, maybe I want to say a month ago, and it sparked a desire to start doing podcasts in addition to everything else that we're doing. And so that's why I started. I actually converted the Shrine of Chaos live stream that I've been doing for a number of years, about 6 years, converted that into a podcast. And so now that's available on iTunes and Podbean as well. And so I would want to communicate. I would want to definitely collaborate with him and his team. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be cool. I mean,
and there is another one, actually. I'll spill the beans on this one because this is kind of fun. Have you guys heard of MiniWarGamer?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I reached out to Miniac, and we're going to be collaborating pretty soon. So he's to me, he reminds me of a YouTuber who war games.
Yep.
As opposed to a wargamer making YouTube videos. Like his style of videos looks like he is a polished YouTuber. Yeah, that's exactly what he is, right?
Yeah.
And his followers, his viewership certainly reflects that. I mean, he makes polished videos and they're entertaining. Because if you're not into painting, you could still, because he makes painting tutorial type of videos. I want to say that.
Sure.
Yeah. And you don't have to be interested in painting to like his videos. You can still be entertained by them. And I never thought of that, really. Painting tutorial being entertaining, right? Just thought, okay, this is informational, it's instructional, that's cool. I'm going to watch this, kind of learn something from it. But not only do you learn something from it, you are entertained by it because of his personality. It just oozes out of the screen. And it's hilarious. And so I had to. The Chaos God said, okay, Dave, you got to reach out to Miniac. It's got to be Life of a Wargamer. You got to do a collaboration. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's going to be chaos incarnate.
Chaos incarnate.
We've got a guy over here called Luke APS, and he does a similar but for terrain. Like his videos are just ridiculous, and it shows as well like how his subscriber gains and stuff like they're so crisp and clean. And he comes from a like musical and sound background and like technician side of it. So he's the same. He's only been in the hobby for like 2 years. And you can see that, like, and how he like does it, like it's just ridiculous. I've been to his house, and his house like just a giant electrics. It's mental.
Is that okay? Hold on. Is that the guy? He's got a video, and he made this sick diorama of a beach with like a river going through it.
Yeah, the wavy sort of thing.
Yeah. I saw that video very recently, actually, and I was first off the thumbnail. It looked like a real landscape, so I'm like, okay, I got to click on this thing, and then I watched it. I'm like, man, this is insane, and it's cool. I like his delivery too. His delivery was funny, and so it was I was able to watch it all the way through and be entertained by it, and also be very impressed and in awe by the skill and overall the artistry of what he was creating. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. Luckily, Luke is coming to our convention, and he's going to work with me on painting a model and a diorama kind of in one day. So that's going to be quite fun in its own right. But yeah, Luke's always coming up with something really interesting and like a unique, different way of doing it. So a lot of times you see the stuff he's making, it's actually, you can do it a lot cheaper than a lot of the products you would normally buy, but yeah, as you say, the delivery and I want to say the education of it is amazing, a bit like Miniac. It just kind of inspires you a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Here's a question for you guys, because this is an idea that I got bouncing around right now. So first off, I had this idea with podcasters. There was a YouTuber idea for this, a podcaster idea, but more specifically for the YouTubers, having a terrain makers retreat experience where for a week there's a bunch of terrain makers from the community, and they gather here at the bunker, and we have this awesome massive narrative campaign, but of course it's going to be done on beautiful terrain tables, because that's what that's what they're all about. They're all about the terrain, right? And they're kind of intermingling, and they're making videos across each other. They're cross promoting, and I think that'd be super cool to do that, and just to show off kind of all of that talent and skill. And really it's a camaraderie in amongst the community, and it's a like-minded people. I think that'd be sweet. What do you guys think? What do you think of that idea?
Yeah, I reckon if you get like Luke, maybe like Black Magic Craft there as well. Spud, you got any other ideas of other terrain
shooter?
Yeah, Mel. There's other ones. And Luke Towan. He's the Australian guy that does all the dioramas. Have you seen those?
No.
Does he have a beard?
I always see I saw his videos on Facebook all the time, and they're always those ones where someone's making a diorama super quickly. I didn't realize he's on YouTube. His name's Luke Towan. I think it's Railroad Designs or something like that. Railroad, but super high quality, and like a crazy amount of subscribers, and he does these amazing dioramas. I can't think. You know, it's one of those moments where you put on the spot and you go, think of all the terrain makers you know, and you know loads, and you go, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that'd be amazing if you could do it. Like, because I know Luke can pretty much make an entire board, like 6x4 board, in about 2 days. Like,
Not even that. It does. It does 20. Is it a day challenge? It does 24-hour challenge. And the other thing, it does have someone working with him, but it's a bit like a builder. So like the other guy will be mixing something, and then Luke will do it. Do you know what I mean? So he's created his own products and everything, so it just makes things easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, that's right. He does create. Yeah, he was plugging his
like
own products. I remember that. And I thought that was pretty cool how he actually made his own product. It wasn't just something that he's reselling. Like he's making stuff that you can use. Yeah.
It's so good to say that he came from I remember talking to him when they were like less than 100 subscribers, and I give him like the first little things, and now he's just like humongous. But yeah. Luke's a proper sound guy, really sound.
There's also the immersive terrain builder or immersive creative builder, Spud, one of our friends.
Oh yeah, he's really, really good. He does a lot of unique terrain, very added to the battlefield things.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does a lot of things like that. He's really good as well, like making stuff from like Pringles tubes and just making them look not like a Pringles tube anymore, making them look like great.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Yeah.
I love that. And you know why I love that? Because that reminds me of when, like over a decade ago, when basically that's what terrain was. There weren't all these 3D printing companies and resin cast companies like that. That's actually, those are fantastic in and of themselves, because you can't beat that detail with the 3D printing. Those are phenomenal, right? That looks lifelike sometimes, but in miniature form. But when you go back to actually scratch building with physical items in the real world and making it a part of the game and making it look awesome, that's a whole other type of art form. And I think that takes a certain skill level that not all terrain makers possess or miniature terrain creators possess, because that's a different skill set altogether. It's kind of like being good with the airbrush and being good with the brush. It's a different skill set.
Yeah, totally. Now, interesting. Actually, Dave, do you get much chance to paint anymore, or you become so elevated with busyness and life, and I know that feeling all too well, we don't actually get that much of a chance to paint anymore? Do you still get a chance to paint, or?
Well, funny you should say that, just because I have a desire to paint again. And I say again because it's been a number of years since I've painted a bunch of stuff and painting consistently. And I think the way in which I need to do it is to make it part of the day, because during the day I'm making videos and doing writing, preparing for campaigns and whatever. And so I would have to make a video series where I'm painting stuff and creating stuff, and therein lies my time to do it. And so I do have a desire to do that. In fact, that is in the short immediate plan to do it, because I'm creating a Mark of Dave army where any Chaos Legion can be represented on the army, and it'll have a color scheme that's not representative of any one thing that you can picture, that you can tag in your mind, kind of like red is Khorne and green is Death Guard and so forth. So it's a color that you don't automatically associate Chaos with. So, and I also have the Mark of Dave decals created. That's thanks to Jordan Powell. He ordered that for me. And he's going to be showing me how to paint as well. And my plan is to also collaborate with a lot of painters and also local painters to assist me in painting these guys up at a reasonable level, because it's been a number of years and I'm certainly rusty when it comes to painting models, and I need to sharpen those skills. Absolutely. But I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I remember the last time I did it was probably close to 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, when I assembled a lot of Blood Angels. When I started the Blood Angels army that I have, I made a video series, just building them up, doing unit by unit, and painting them, and kind of doing a follow along type of series, right? And so this will be similar to that, where people who want to start a new army, particularly a Chaos army, it could be any army except for Tau, not a Tau army, they can follow along with it, and they can be, okay, yeah, I'll just follow along, and we can kind of learn together and paint together and kind of feel like we're in the same room with each other. And I think that's the goal there. And ultimately at the very end or throughout, there's going to be different progress achievements, right? Like, here's a box of 10 Chaos Space Marines. They're done. They can be used in the army now.
Nice.
So I know that you don't like Tau, right? But what are your thoughts on crew? Because they're not really Tau. I'm just saying. I'm just asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend.
Well, here's a question: do the Kroot? Are they subservient to the Tau?
No, not in this case.
Not in this case.
Not in my friend's case. No.
Did the Tau tell them what to do?
No. Not that. Definitely what my friend don't want them to work for Tau.
Now, is it like a complete Kroot army?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So
they follow Corrin.
My friend told me. my friend told me that they work in like squads in the hive with other races, from like normal Space Marines to Adeptus Mechanicus. They work as a squad called the Misfits, and they go around. This is everything that he told me about. Anyway, I don't know about this. And they're all.
Is your friend's name Spud?
Yeah. Yeah.
I might know this guy.
But yeah, that's the only thing I have really to do with Tau. Really, I really like them because of I can do so much with them, and like they're a little bit like orcs, but not like I don't know. I'm just digging myself out earlier.
They're a bit like what?
Sorry,
They're a bit
like orcs because they like loot. They kind of loot because they eat some
orcs. Sorry, my bad. Okay, yeah.
It's the accent.
Yeah, it's must.
Orcs.
No, I have the accent. You guys are talking fine. Then that's my accent.
So now I've got something interesting. I showed this off a little bit before the stream started, but I don't know if you actually caught it, Dave. But our character designer. So if you've seen our thumbnail, you've seen the thumbnail before the show went live. There's a caricature of Spud and one of me, and our guy has been working for you, designing one of your own, I believe. And he has sent me the work in progress shot. He's done a special coloring, and he has asked me to stress this is work in progress. It will get better, but we have, if I can find it, and we will go over here, and there.
Oh my God!
Cartoon Corn Dave.
Oh wow!
Man.
There we are.
Man. I love it. That's awesome.
So yeah,
I love it for so many reasons. He's very generous with his muscles, though. That I'm not that big, but yeah, that is awesome, man. That's Deffy, man. Deffy looks like he looks like he's really comfortable.
Yeah.
Chaotic hand, like that's sweet. Yeah. I love it.
So this is Alex Phillips, also known as Bazooka J Rambo in the chat. So if you see him, if you want something like this, but obviously it will get a lot better, and hopefully we'll show it off once it's finished. Drop him a message. I'm sure he's going to be inundated with stuff after this. But there you go, Cartoon Dave.
That is mental, proper mental.
There we go. Hey, has your axe actually got a chain? I'm curious because I've not actually seen an axe with a chain yet, and I'm thinking, is there a need? Yes, I think it needs to happen. Yeah. So there we go.
Gotta happen. I mean, that is sweet. That is sweet.
So,
thank you for that.
No worries. Alex did a bit of a rush job to try and get it ready for the show. As I said, yeah, it's a work in progress. There'll be better one. It'll be better, and it's amazing. When he showed us ours, we were just like,
it showed me literally the first design ever, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And he was like, it's not finished. It was literally a pencil drawing, like literally, and I'm like, oh, thanks, man. And they're like, no, I'm not finished yet. And I'm like, what? And then I just did something work in progress. And every time he sent me one, I'm like, oh, thanks, the man. Cheers. I'll get it like uploaded. They were like, no, it's not finished yet. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it went on for weeks.
Yeah. And then it came through the official thing, and I just collapsed.
It's just like, oh, yeah, that's amazing. So, it's kind of like, I don't know how to top that now. It's that's kind of stumbled all my questions. Yeah, I'm out, Spud. I'm tagging you in, Spud. You're next.
Oh wow! Thanks a lot for that.
No worries.
So, obviously, you're. I've seen recently you've like joined the Instagrams as well. Are you doing some more solo stuff in the future? I know you've got like your podcasts and stuff. Have you got anything else like lined up? What you're just doing for yourself? Because I've seen you been like smashing the corn workout as well. That I definitely want to start doing as well.
Oh yes. So just as a clarification there for the Instagrams, there's certain things that I wouldn't post on MiniWarGaming proper that I would post on the MiniWarGamer Dave Instagram page, right? Which is why I started it. And it's also, and a lot of the stuff that I post on the MiniWarGamer Dave Instagram page, it is also posted on the MiniWarGaming Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? It depends on the nature of the post, right? But things like exercising and working out and doing a corn challenge for 8 weeks, that's something that would go specifically on the MiniWarGamer Dave Instagram page. And it's not necessarily something that is going to break away from MiniWarGaming, because I will always and forever be a part of MiniWarGaming. Matt and I started it together 12 years ago. It's just in addition to. It's all in addition to, and it's just another place where you can find access to MiniWarGaming, right? And so going on the exercise that you're talking about, I go in bouts. I do. Like there's certain times when I'm exercising and I'm doing well and I feel fit and healthy. There's other times when I'm just out of shape and I'm not healthy. And I've seen a lot of your stuff too online, and you have this awesome transformation, because I think if I were to describe, I've never seen you in person, but just from the looks of you, you're a giant. So you have big bones, and so you're able to like push a lot of weight like a power lifter. And I think you have a mesomorph body frame, and so that's sweet. See, in my mind, that I think of, okay, well, I don't have that body frame. I have more of a, I don't know, what are the other ones, like ectomorph? I don't know what they are. Yeah, it's definitely a thinner one, right? But kind of do the best with what I have. As a kid growing up, in my mind, I was always I'm like, oh, okay, big muscles, because it's my dad's fault. My dad, because like when I was like 3, he'd be like, oh, look at all those muscles. Oh, look. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh, I got muscles. Oh, okay. And so I just, in my mind, and it's the same thing's happening with my son, right? Like he's in his mind, he's much larger than he is, but in actuality, he's got what he's got, right? And he's kind of short, which is fine because he's fast, and so he makes up for it. And for myself, in my mind, I'm just an average dude who has a desire to be in shape, right? Like I'm not an athlete, and I don't claim to know anything about nutrition or health or anything. Yeah. But what I do have is the ability to be selfish and motivate myself by having the public accountability to post it online, because that motivates me. It does. Like if I say, okay, I'm going to do an 8-week corn challenge, and I post it, I better do an 8-week corn challenge, especially if it's a corn challenge, because corn is honorable and corn doesn't lie. So that just has to happen. Yeah. So that's why I do the challenges like that. And I think it's also good for the wargaming community as a whole to be conscious about that stuff, to be conscious about health and fitness, and because that can go hand in hand with wargaming. It doesn't have to be two separate things. You can still be a guy or a person in good shape and do wargaming.
Yep, definitely. The biggest guy I know, he's a friend of mine, and the only thing I can say is he's possibly the apex man. He's insanely fast. He's quite tall, and he's muscly as anything. Mm-hmm. And it's generally like, I had to fight him in a martial arts tournament thing once, and we had to sit back to back, and they said go, and the only thing I could do was jump and wrap myself around his neck and one arm and hold on for dear life while he kind of looked around to see what was going on. And he said, as soon as you let go, this is over. And I was like, I know, I'm just trying to get as much time out of this as I can. As soon as I let go, everything spun around. I don't know where I was. And next thing I know, my face was being compressed into the mat. And it was like, tap, 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 tap. Yeah. But yeah, and this guy plays Eldar. The one thing I could say with a lot of people that work out who are competitive, they are competitive. So if you play them in the game, they will be competitive. Just brace yourself for that when you're going into it.
Yep. Very true. Very, very true.
For me, I just I do like boxing in the morning when I get to work. I cycle to work, then I do boxing.
Boxing.
And then I work. Yeah.
Wow. Fantastic cardio workout, man.
100% cardio workout. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't. Well, sometimes I get a bit angry and I do hit it very hard, and I shouldn't do. But it depends how hard the day has been the day before.
I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that, man.
And then they had to put a new heavy bag in because the one before, I told them all like, this is like my normal jab, or hitting it, and it was just like flying off. I went, this is for children. This. I said, like, this is supposed to be like for like men. Like I said, there's gonna be bigger lads than me that come here, so this is rubbish. Get a bigger one in. So they've got a proper bag now, so it's really good. And then on the weekend, I've had a really bad injury on my knee for last year, but hopefully in like a week or two, I'll be back playing rugby again.
Cool.
And the first year that I played for the first team, I put 3 people in hospital. So I need to break that for Corn, obviously for Corn.
You got to put at least 8 people in, right?
I tried. I tried my best. I got to 3 for my first ever time playing rugby union. So
yeah,
next time I'll do it for you.
It's a combination of scary and awesome, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, the time is rolling on, and we did say we were going to give this away if my camera will decide to focus. No,
it just looks like it's proper censored out.
Yeah,
like we're not allowed. It's because it's not Corn or Chaos.
Yeah, it's not it's not a human soul, so it doesn't want to know. But yes, we have to give it away. So what we're going to do is in the chat, you need to put in the word we were going to say, fly. I think that was the word we were going with. So stick the word fly in the chat, and then we will ask Mighty Prime, which is in the background. You don't see him. He talks to us in our heads, a bit like Corn. And he will find out, or there's a bot that's going to figure it out. So should we give it like 5 minutes or something like that, or let them catch up? So guys, you got 5 minutes. Go. So 2 minutes to 9, we'll let everyone know who wins it. The winner, message us on the Chilling Wargamers Facebook page. Let us know your address. We'll get it shipped out to you. Man, cool. So
I just want to say before, we have 84 people watching live right now, and it's just going absolutely mental. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. You know, it means so much. You know, it's just lovely to see your support for us, and obviously for the legend himself, Mr. Dave.
Yep.
You know, it's beautiful.
Yep.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
It's awesome to have you on. And if anyone's not seen the channel before, feel free to hit subscribe. We do these shows weekly. The other week we had Tabletop Minions on, having a chat with him about it. We've had various other people.
Uncle Adam.
Yeah. We had a good old chat. That was like, because his show comes out on a Friday and he did this on a Thursday. So it was like a double whammy because he started talking about the stuff he talks about on his shows. I was just sat there like the whole time going, man, this is awesome. Yeah, you could just kind of set him off and away he goes. But yeah, feel free to subscribe, check out. We've got a few more people lined up for the next couple of weeks. And we don't also just have massive celebrities like Dave on all the time. We do try and bring the community in, so we do try and bring new channels up and as much as we can. So if you're a new channel and you want to come on the show, drop us a message as well. Happy to have a chat with you. Cool.
Yeah. And we've got ChillCon. So So like obviously before when we first had Dave on like 5 years ago, and then in between that time, we had we had a joke one day about having a convention in a pub.
Yes, we did.
And having a few of us just getting some games in and stuff like that. And for some reason, some crazy person found that's a really good idea. We're actually going to make it happen.
Yep.
So now we have 2 ChillCon shows each year. But
Yep.
it's obviously a little bit like this show, proper chilled. We get like some of your big companies there, and we get some of the smaller guys, and we put them all together, and just have the funniest time of our lives.
Yeah. So if you're ever in the UK and you want to come along to it, we have a mead vendor, a guy who brings along and sells mead.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. We have people like Mantic, Warlord Games, most of the UK model makers, apart from Games Workshop, because they are the big dogs. One day we'll get them. And most of them come along. So if you've ever seen any of the other game systems, if they are in the UK, usually we bring along to ChillCon, and you can go and chat to them, or you can chat to us. I run the hobby clinic, so me and a couple of Golden Demon winner painters, professionals and stuff like that, just sit there and paint models all day. So you can come and chat to us about how to paint things or what we're doing, or just come have a chat. So yeah, if you're ever in the area, our next one, 22nd of September. Yep. In Derby. Have a look on the Facebook page, there's details there. So if you're in the UK, come along and have a look. So
that's all our pimpage out.
Yep, we've done that bit. We're coming up to the point. I'm going to talk to Prime now. So everyone in the chat, I'm not crazy. I'm just talking to the person in my head. Prime, how's it going with the whole numbers and everything? Okay, when do you want to do the draw?
Let's do it now at 69.
Yeah, 69 is a good number.
It's really weird talking to someone that's not here.
I know.
Yeah.
Really? Right, okay. So, Spud's clapping, but I don't think anyone on the internet actually heard who won.
Oh!
Prime, you're not talking to the internet right now, you're just talking to us, aren't you? Yeah, that's
right.
Right, so Spud... Right, so the winner of the Astra Militarum Valkyrie is the Goldfish of Justice. So, well done to you, good sir. Let me know your details. I shall send it off. Thank you to everyone for joining in and watching and participating. I wish I had more to give away. Maybe we'll do some more next week. We saw there was actually a few different prizes and we chose that one. So yeah. Dave, we're going to pass it over to you because we're going to wrap up the show soon. Anything you want to say? Any messages you want to throw out? Pimp yourself out as much as you feel free to do whatever you want right now.
Well, I'm just gonna throw it back at you guys, man. You guys are cool. You guys do fantastic things for the wargaming community. So for all that are within earshot of my voice, especially if you're followers of Chaos, do follow the Chilling Wargamers because they are forged in the factory of awesome sauce. By the way, that's right next door to the factory of epicness. So that's what I would recommend. I would recommend these guys, and they're super cool. I like this. I enjoyed this very much because I was just here. I felt like I was just sitting at a desk painting my models that are imaginary because I haven't started yet and hanging out with you guys. That's what I felt like. So it was cool. Like I like your format as well. And you've given me ideas for my own shows. So thank you for that. I appreciate it, guys.
Glad we could inspire, man. So Spud, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you everyone for joining in. We've pimped ourselves up enough. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with something. I'm going to throw it over to the main man to send us off.
People of the world, of the wargaming community, thank you for this, for today. From all the way from start to finish, it has been non-stop wargaming, and we love you all so much. And thank you to Gail Prime, who keeps talking to us. It's really weird. I need to get used to that.
Yep.
Love you all. Thank you so much for Dave coming on. He's a massive inspiration to us, and we love him loads. And hopefully one day, hopefully not 5 years this time, we can get him back on again and talk to his lovely face. And also to all the people that tuned in, thank you so much from the bottom of his hearts. and we love you all. So see you all next week, 8 p.m. And love you all. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.